tip. And if it sees a difference of more than half a volt, that normal red light and tone that you get will not go on. So it'll alert you if there's voltage drop in the circuit.
Oh,
ooh, that's nice to know.
That is nice.
That's very nice to know.
Excellent.
Yeah, because one of the things I've always had a little bit of a avoidance to with electronic. A plain old test light, you got to stab it. It's got to have voltage. It's got to have current to light up the light. Whereas some of the electronic stuff, like the LED test lights of yore, if you will, like you could have like minimal current passing through that, and you'd say, oh look, you got 12 volts, got a red light, and same with ground too. But so that way you're saying that this thing has to have an appreciable load on it. In other words, like a viable current flow for it to do its thing.
It's a pretty high impedance meter. It'll kind of indicate more like your LED test light.
Okay.
The load you can put on it is like if you're testing a power supply, I can literally short it to ground, and if it's strong enough to trip the circuit breaker, I know it carries a load.
Okay. So in other words,
you have to be careful on a fuse circuit if it's a low amp circuit about doing that.
Yeah, right. Well, so in other words, you're using the circuit breaker sometimes as a diagnostic device there.
Typically, verifying strength of ground points, I will apply, like directly if there's a common set of grounds that are bolted to a fender or a frame rail or something like that, I can hit those with the positive, a power applying of the Power Probe 3, and if it's strong enough to trip the circuit breaker, I know that
the ground has. You have integrity of the ground, yeah.
I like this guy. He's got spunk.
Yeah, he's got moxie. Yeah, cool. Oh, that's great. And he's not afraid to see a spark fly like us, like us guys. No, that is fantastic.
Nice trick. That one's going in the repertoire. There,
see, that's Joe. Again, that's why I like to talk to guys who do some sort of training, because they know real world stuff. They're out there doing it, like yourself. You've done that many times, and that stuff isn't in the books. It's not in the even in the instructor's manual. It's the real world stuff. That's what the guy in the front line got to see, not the general back at the bunker. David, you guys, Power Probe also has, I find pretty interestingly, which piques my interest a lot, a full line of brake bleeding tools and adapters. Which
they don't do probes just anymore. Now they do all kinds of flashlights.
I know,
torches.
And with me, if I'm not involved with rust, I'm covered in brake fluid. It seems to be all I do these days at the shop where I spend my time. So
people say you're a breaker, Ray.
Yeah, they know they do. Yeah, can you speak to that product line a little bit?
I'm somewhat familiar with them.
Okay,
they're a nice set of machined aluminum brake cylinder, master cylinder adapters.
Yeah, they are nice.
They
plastic. Yeah, I know.
They come in a variety of sizes. Most of them to fit specific vehicles, but there are a couple of universal adapters. Mm-hmm. They have a nice quick connect fitting on the top, so you can quick disconnect to your brake bleeder. Mm-hmm. We do also offer a brake bleeder, but it works with many other different brands. There are many different brands of brake bleeders on the market. Oh, yeah.
Rubber baby
and
buggy
most of them utilize our caps.
Nice.
No
they're that good. They have most of them have what's called an expanding O-ring seal that that you can really crank down and ensure you have a really good leak-proof seal on your master cylinder.
That's great, yeah, because when it comes to bleeding, especially these days, you got to pressure bleed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The old sit there. Yep. Pump it, Well, I think the guy at the Lift Institute that we're going to have on, he doesn't like when people go up in the lift. So,
no, he doesn't.
You're wasting your labor time.
Although many of the cars that I work on, they're older and they get full brake jobs, replacement parts, lines, calipers, masters, and all. And I usually start with a Mighty Vac tool, and I can go to the air powered Mighty Vac if I need to. But I usually end up following up with a foot bead, with a pump and dump. It usually is the way you polish off a brake bleed. Just on the cars I've been working on, I've seen.
Sure.
So. Whatever, but yeah, this is nice because when I was bumping through the website, I saw this stuff and it caught me like, ooh, shiny colors, beautiful. You had my attention, and it's like looking at all the wires and all the hookup stuff for the Power Probes. You guys have more. cables and cases and tech-related parts on powerprobe.com. I mean, you can get anything as a replacement
The
part.
5-volt adapter is on my list. Right
Very
at the
nice.
top, yes.
Yeah, very nice stuff. And the piercing, the back probe tools are very nice, too. The wire piercing tools.
I'm a stabber. I admit it. I'm a stabber. I'm a back prober. I'm a stabber.
Right.
You know?
Now, Dave, I know all the tool guys, in fact, the tool guys we use sell the Power Probe, but I know they're also available other ways. What is the, what would you recommend the best way for people to go out and purchase their Power Probe?
We like supporting our tool dealers, but it should be available through most of your major auto parts stores and your typical online outlets.
Right.
Since you don't want to play favorites, I'm not sure if I should really name any names or not.
You can. I mean, yeah, you can. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's fine. That's.
I mean, just work. People typically online shop. You'll probably find some good deals. But your local auto parts store, your Napas, your AutoZones, they should be. If they don't carry it already, they can order it for you.
I actually tell you, I did that. I was looking for some shopping ideas on there, and Walmart came up. So I said, no, come on. So I went to the Walmart by my house. No, they don't have it. And I went to a Walmart in Tennessee when I was on vacation. I said, I figured, maybe a bigger one. No, they didn't have it either. So I don't know why they keep, maybe I guess because they can order it. Maybe.
Well, they got like a website that's trying to compete with some of the other.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to be like Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. You said the A word. That's good.
Right. Well, Amazon, right. And Amazon, of course, comes right up, and they do have some really killer prices, I got to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, no, they're around. I mean, they've definitely profused themselves all over the place. But how many are there? Are they all still on the market? All the different Power Probes? Because I know there's the 3, there's the 2, there's the Hook.
So I'll give you a quick rundown of the generations.
Okay.
There's currently still the Power Probe 3.
Okay.
The Power Probe 3S, which is an updated version of that, which is soon to be replaced by the Power Probe 3EZ, which has some built-in learning and diagnostics built into it.
Ooh.
All those tools are actually functionally the same. They're just getting better and better and better. We have what's called the Power Probe 4, which is more like taking a full-on multimeter and putting it in your Power Probe. So besides your DC voltmeter, you've got AC, you've got frequency, you've got resistance, all those other multimeter functions built in the Power Probe 4.
Nice.
How do you fit it in there? It's a small tool, man.
It's got wheels.
Yeah, I guess. Wow. That's impressive, Dave.
There was the Power Probe Hook that was discontinued for a while, but it looks like they're going to relaunch it. That was our bigger, heavy-duty tool. It could handle up to 48 volts. It could handle up to 65 amps.
Yeah.
It was a little more complicated, a little more expensive. It was kind of a sales dud the first time around, but now it's sort of become legendary, and it looks like they're going to re-release it.
It's kind of intimidating, especially the way it's able to generate signals.
Yeah.
I mean, the power, the availability of power was very cool. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I get a little worried about the big ass fan motors or
right.
Some of them power window motors on like an old Lincoln, where like you could actually you could actually hear like the inner sanctum opening up, but that thing sounded like, but especially somebody like me that does a lot of sensor work. You know what I mean? To be able to swipe a 5-volt reference rather than running a jumper wire from one sensor to the other.
That was one of the nice features in the hood.
It's also like a signal simulator too.
So that means it has a function generator built in, or a signal generator, I should say.
It's able to put out.
You could select a voltage output up to a certain 5 volts, I believe it was.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, and you go up to 48 volts, which, geez, if you ain't getting, if you're not. If you're not getting power when you hit 48 volts to a thing, you better get the paddles and stay charged, I
was going to say, that's for me.
Yeah,
that ain't for the car. That's for me, just in case,
To get up in the morning? No. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that's...
Just to be clear, the tools put out whatever voltage battery you're connected to. So if you're connected to a 12-volt battery,
right,
you'll put out to, if you're connected to 24-volt system, you'll put out 24 volts, etc.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Now, the 3s and the 4s can do up to 24-volt systems, but the Hook could go all the way up to 48-volt system.
Right.
That's pretty impressive, yeah. I mean, most automotive / truck guys, 24 volts is pretty much the top,
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's nice to know. It's nice to know you have it if you need it.
Absolutely.
I mean, because that's another one that's on my Christmas list. Is the Hook,
Captain Hook. Is there anything on the horizon for Power Probe, Dave, that you can tell us about? Anything that's in development or soon to come out besides like the 3S and the EZ?
So we're working on the next generation of Bluetooth-enabled tools, which should be exciting. I think you'll see launches soon. I know you've been on the PowerProbe.com website. There's actually a new website, PowerProbe Tech.
Yeah.
TEK.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're kind of starting a new direction. We want to be more like the K in tech is supposed to stand for knowledge. And one of the reasons they put me in my position is we want to spread that knowledge. For those that don't know, our tech line is staffed with a bunch of master technicians with lots of dealership experience, and you'd be amazed what we're able to talk through customers when they get stuck on a car or something.
Oh, that's
they're just
cool.
not sure how to use the tool.
You know,
we're there to help coach you through your diagnosis.
And not
By
only
all
that,
means.
I called that number, the 88 number in California, and I got a fellow named Brandon, and he sent me right to you. So these guys do know how to funnel the information to the right people. So, yeah, you got a great staff over there, I got to say. It's a good team. Very good team.
Great, thank you.
How many people work at the company? Is it a big deal, or is it kind of close and family-like?
It's pretty small and family-like. We're under 50 people, I still believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's how you guys are out like in Brea, California, out in the, isn't that kind of like almost a desert? Almost?
Yeah, California pretty much most is. But, Southern California, especially Orange County, Brea area, this was the heartbeat of hot rodding back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely.
I grew up just a couple of blocks off of Whittier Boulevard, the main cruising area. It was just a dynamite place to grow up if you were into cars.
So you're a car guy by osmosis. That's pretty cool.
We got to ask you then, what was your hot rod cruiser of choice?
Oh, my gosh, there's been a bunch over the years.
What was the first one?
The first one was an unusual one, 1971 Capri.
Oh, cool, a Capri.
Those are cool.
With a souped-up 2-liter that did about 10,000 RPM with dual Webers on it.
Wow. Yeah, that hangs with my Fiat with the 2-liter with the Weber. Yeah,
and things are screaming some Capris. I remember that.
Yeah,
that was like kind of the other Mustang going the other way.
Right. What was your favorite? What was your favorite or American car of choice?
My all-time favorite that I should have never let go was a 1970 Mercury Cougar with 351 Cleveland 300 horsepower 4-barrel engine.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, you should come down and help me diagnose the 69 Mustang Mach 1 M code that I'm working on. The 351, they put a 5-speed in it, though. So,
I'm with you.
Yeah, come on down, man. We'll have some fun. Yeah, that's great. It's that's what we find too, Dave. With this show and Joe and I, our history is steeped rich in hot rods, and we've kind of grown somewhat. Joe's grown a lot more than I have, evolutionarily with the newer stuff. All
right, enough with the fat jokes.
Yeah, no, not that way. In the tech, I'm kind of stuck with the old school. I kind of stayed with my old school roots, but we like to embrace it all here on Motor Mouth Radio, and that's why we like to have guys like you who can speak all languages and all dialects of hot rodism and share that with us.
And
that's what I love about your guys' show.
That's cool. Thank you very much. That's a nice compliment.
Excellent. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have to let you go so we can take care of business, but we would love to. You have an open invitation to come back. Brian, the Matco man from out of state, he's over in Maryland.
Yeah,
he's listening in and he's giving you a thumbs up. So Tool guys are out there playing, and if you have anything, you have our contact information. So if anything comes up, you want to break or get on the show, you want to talk about, get in touch with us, and we'll schedule you back in.
New product stuff, tech tips, stuff like that. Hit us up, give it to us to put it on our website.
Even cruising on Whittier Boulevard, we'll talk about that too. What the heck?
Bring it.
All right.
Don't dare me. I will be calling.
Not a problem. You know how to get in touch with us.
Bring it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Dave.
Great talking to you.
Thank you very much. So
thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Again, that was Dave Barden from Power Probe. You can go to PowerProbeTech.com or PowerProbe.com.
Yeah.
And
K stands for knowledge.
That's right. And get all your cool stuff. We're going to take our last break, but I have to mention a show you may want to listen to is Herbally Yours on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m., hosted by the natural nurse Ellen Kamai. The show focuses on current issues in natural health, such as natural foods, herbs, essential oils, and mind-body techniques. All the stuff we usually don't employ, Joe. You or I. So with that, I think I saw a cop car pulling up outside. Let's revisit this. We'll come back to more Motor Mouth Radio.
I'll be back. I'm going to the bathroom now.
Book them, Dano.
Are you telling the microphone to smile so you could take a picture of it?
Yeah. So, which side do you think is its good side?
It's just a microphone.
I know, it's a microphone. Perfect. I think I'll put the Lark filter on it.
Why did you take a picture of the microphone, and who cares what filter you're going to use?
You'd care if you followed 903 WHPC.